Imagine turning an ordinary item into a stunning flower pot in seconds. Picture an old boot, worn and forgotten, transformed into a vibrant home for your favorite blooms. It's about seeing beyond the obvious, recognizing the hidden potential in everyday objects. That old boot? It's not just footwear, it's a vessel for growth, a symbol of renewal, a treasure waiting to be discovered. Now let's delve into a world of creative upcycling for your garden. Have an old pair of boots lying around? They can become charming planters. Picture this: a worn-out pair of boots, perhaps a bit frayed around the edges but still full of character. Now imagine it, not as clutter, but as a unique and delightful addition to your garden. Yes, that's right. We're going to transform an old pair of boots into a beautiful flower pot. The process is surprisingly simple. Begin by preparing the boot. If it's a leather boot, a bit of polishing can bring out its charm. For rubber boots, a good wash will do. Now if you're wondering about the size of the boot, it doesn't really matter. From ankle boots to knee-highs, any size can work. Next, consider the drainage. Plants don't like sitting in water, so we need to ensure excess water can escape. A simple solution is to drill a few holes in the sole of the boot. You might also add a layer of pebbles or broken pottery at the bottom for added drainage. Now it's time to choose the plant. Consider the size of the boot. Smaller boots are perfect for petite plants like succulents or herbs. Bigger boots can accommodate larger plants, perhaps a colorful geranium or a lush fern. Once you've chosen your plant, fill the boot with potting soil, leaving enough room at the top for your plant. Nestle the plant into the soil, firm it in, and give it a good watering. If your boot is tall, you might even consider adding a second, smaller plant at the front for a bit of extra flair. And there it is. An old boot, once destined for the landfill, has found a new life as a captivating flower pot. It's not just a great way to recycle, but it also adds a unique and whimsical touch to your garden. So the next time you're about to toss out an old pair of boots, think again. With a bit of creativity and a green thumb, you can transform them into a charming home for your favorite plants. And voila, you've turned an unused boot into a captivating planter. Next, we'll transform a teapot into an elegant flower pot. Picture this: an old dusty teapot sitting in the back of your cupboard, forgotten and unused. Now let's breathe new life into it, turning it into a charming home for your favorite flowers or herbs. First things first, let's clean the teapot thoroughly. We want to ensure that no remnants of tea or coffee are left inside. This might interfere with the health of our plant. Now, for the fun part. We're going to drill a few holes at the bottom of the teapot for drainage. Remember, most plants don't like waterlogged soil, and these holes will help excess water escape. Next, let's pick the right plant. The size of the teapot will dictate the type of plant you can use. Smaller teapots are perfect for succulents or herbs, while larger teapots can accommodate flowering plants or ferns. The key is to ensure that the plant and teapot can live in aesthetic harmony. Imagine the contrast of the green leaves against the color of the teapot. It's a sight to behold. Once you've chosen your plant, it's time to pot it. Fill the teapot with potting soil, leaving enough room for the plant. Then gently place your plant in the teapot. Be sure to press the soil around the base of the plant to make it secure. If necessary, add more soil. Now let's talk about care. Just like any other potted plant, your teapot plant will need regular watering and sunlight. If your teapot is porcelain or ceramic, it will retain heat, so be mindful not to leave it in direct sunlight for extended periods. Also, remember to check the soil regularly. If it's dry to the touch, it's time to water your plant. Repurposing a teapot into a flower pot is a simple yet effective way to add a touch of elegance to your garden. It's a testament to the fact that with a little creativity, we can transform everyday items into something beautiful and functional. Just like that, your old teapot has a new purpose. Ever thought a tire could be a home for your plants? Let's make it happen. Tires, once they have served their purpose, often end up in a landfill. But with a little creativity and elbow grease, we can transform an old tire into a magnificent outdoor flower pot. Not only will we be giving new life to something that would have otherwise been discarded, but we'll also be creating a unique feature for our gardens. Let's start by choosing the right tire. Almost any type of tire will work, but it's best to go for one that's not too worn out. The next step is to give the tire a good cleaning. A bit of soap and water should do the trick. Once it's all clean and dry, let's get to the exciting part: painting. We could go for a single color or get a little more creative and add designs. Remember, this is your garden, your canvas, so feel free to express yourself. After the paint is dried, we're ready to fill up our tire flower pot. A mix of soil and compost would provide a nutritious base for our plants. Now it's time to choose our plants. Considering the size and depth of a tire, plants with a robust root system like roses, tomatoes, or sunflowers would be a great fit. Now, to ensure the longevity of our tire flower pot and the health of our plants, there are a few things to keep in mind. Firstly, the tire should be placed on a well-drained surface to prevent waterlogging. Secondly, the plant should be watered carefully, keeping in mind the watering needs of the specific plant species. Lastly, the tire may heat up in the sun, so it might be beneficial to place it in a partially shaded area, depending on the plant's sunlight requirements. And there you have it. A tire turned into a beautiful flower pot, a testament to your creativity and commitment to sustainability. An old tire has never looked this good, right? Lastly, we'll transform a computer case into a modern, edgy planter. Now you might be wondering, a computer case really? Absolutely. Upcycling is all about looking at everyday objects with a fresh perspective, and in this case, a computer case can become a striking, modern piece of garden decor. First things first, safety is paramount. Always wear protective gear, such as gloves and safety goggles, when working with metal items like computer cases. Now, let's get started. You'll want to start by disassembling the case, removing all the internal components until you're left with just the shell. You can use a screwdriver for this. Remember, take your time and be careful not to damage the case. Next, you'll need to prepare the case for planting. This involves drilling holes at the bottom for drainage, and lining the inside with a layer of landscape fabric to keep the soil in place. Now, it's time to pick the plants. Given the modern, sleek aesthetic of the computer case, succulents are a great choice. They come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors, and can create a visually striking display. Plus, they don't require much water or maintenance, making them an ideal choice for our upcycled computer case planter. Once you've selected your plants, it's time to start planting. Fill the case with a layer of cactus soil, plant your succulents, and then top it off with a layer of pebbles or decorative stones for a finished look. Take care to arrange the plants in a way that highlights their unique shapes and colors, creating a visually pleasing arrangement. Finally, find the perfect spot for your new planter. Remember, succulents love sunlight, so a spot that gets plenty of natural light would be ideal. And just like that, you've turned an old computer case into a stylish, modern planter. Not only have you created something beautiful for your garden, but you've also given a new lease of life to an item that might otherwise have ended up in a landfill. There you have it, a computer case turned into a striking planter. As you can see, the possibilities for upcycling are endless. In just a few minutes, we've transformed old boots into charming planters, given teapots a new lease on life as mini gardens, breathed fresh air into discarded tires, and even turned computer cases into modern, chic flower pots. Each of these projects, unique in its own right, is a testament to the power of creativity and an open mind. They prove that gardening is not just about sowing seeds and tending to plants, but also about breathing life into the inanimate, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, and finding beauty in the most unexpected places. Imagine the thrill of seeing your garden blossom in a medley of colors, not just from the flowers you've nurtured, but also from the vibrant array of upcycled pots you've created. Each pot, a story of transformation, every plant, a testament to your green thumb. So why not give it a try? Step into your garage, rummage through your attic, or delve into that forgotten corner of your basement. Look at those everyday objects with fresh eyes. See them not for what they are, but for what they could become. Remember, the best garden treasures are the ones you create yourself. So, let's get our hands dirty. Let's be bold. Let's be creative. Join the upcycling revolution, share your creations, and don't forget to subscribe for more creative gardening ideas.